last season before he joined Liverpool. Played a little bit deeper maybe at the club. Do you see him maybe playing in that number 10 role for yourself, or do you prefer him where he can pick the ball and dictate the play a bit more?
He's a player that I would maybe play at all three positions in the midfield because he's so comfortable in all these three positions. I think I saw quite a lot of him at Brighton because there was a manager I was quite interested in back then. That was De Serbi, of course. Playing double six there as well. And in some moments he also played as, like you said, as a 10. He can play both. I think he is now in the moment our midfielder plays a bit in between, so Ryan is almost always the deepest. Dom or Curtis are playing a bit higher, and then he's in between, and it depends on how dominant we are, if he is the second 10 or if he has to be the second 6. But he's comfortable in both phases of the game. He can help a lot with us bringing the ball out from the back, and he's also capable of making the difference in and around the 18-yard box. So we like to see him in both situations as much as we can.
Arne, you've rotated at left back quite a bit so far this season. Over recent years, it's always been Andy Robertson first choice, Kostas as the backup option. Is that now becoming more of a dilemma for you in terms of that battle for that spot?
No, I wouldn't say a dilemma. It is on more positions where we've rotated, so you're maybe a bit focused on the left fullback position, but the left wing has been under rotation. On the midfield we've rotated, as in the 9 position we've rotated. So it probably also has to do with Robbo's pre-season. And what does that mean? He had no pre-season because he came back injured from the Euros. So he missed almost complete pre-season, which was for most of them only 2 weeks, but for him it was only a few days. So, and Kostas did really well in that period of time. So it has to do with the quality Kostas brings in that position, but it definitely also has to do with Robbo missing pre-season. So that's why we started rotating from the start a bit, because if a player didn't have any pre-season, there was no time to bring him towards a situation where he could play 3 games in a row. Because we tried to build up our players for that program, and for him that was difficult because he missed out on pre-season where others were there. So yeah, that's his situation, and I think was good for him to play Arsenal and now again the game against Brighton during the week. That makes sure that he's getting into that rhythm of playing twice a week.
We've seen managers come into the league, come into new big clubs and not put as much emphasis on the cup competitions, focusing on the league. You look like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, they focus on the league first. How important is the FA Cup and Carabao Cup to you?
If it's the next game, it's a really important one. On Tuesday it was the next game, so it was really important. Yeah, I played both times. I didn't play our starters, so is it then for me not important? No, it's really important for me because I think because we've played so many games, it was a good moment for the other ones to play, because at that moment I felt they were better able to win that game for us than the one that have already played so many games. And now we won it, and you probably tell me, yeah, you put a lot of emphasis on this cup. If we would have lost it, you would have said, yeah, if you miss out on so many started, it's a logical result. We want to win every game. We want to compete for every trophy, especially if it's one we have to defend. So and that is with the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup is coming in January. So let's think about it then. But people already told me that it is a very important cup to win.
Thanks, Arne.